Okay, back to basics learning. Let's do a little bit more grammar. Now, I made a video where I showed all the different parts of speech, the 9 different types. So today I want to talk about nouns, all right, from this same old grammar book I'm using from the 1800s. It's pretty cool. So anyway, let's talk about a noun. What is a noun? What is a noun? It says, my little old book here, it says, noun is a word used as the name of anything, such as James, Anna, boy, girl, river, truth. Right? So words used as the names of anything. Letters, figures, signs are nouns. E is a vowel, that's a noun. T is not crossed. If I said that, E is, all right? Indicates addition. Good is an adjective. So, again, a noun is a word used as the name of anything. All right, so that's pretty simple. So a noun can be a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. A person, Anna. A place, New York. A thing. What's a thing that I know? Chair. Or an idea. Love. Love is an idea, though some would argue it's not. Person, place, thing, idea. Now, let's talk about different kinds of nouns. We have what we call a proper noun. And a proper noun is a word used as the name of a particular object or collection of objects to distinguish it from others of the same class. So it's a particular thing. It's a particular thing, like John, or Troy, like in the Trojan War, or Ohio, or the Alps, which is a mountain range. So a proper noun can be any of those things. So there's a person, a specific person, not just a person. Troy, a specific ancient city. Alps, a specific mountain range. And Ohio, a specific state. So a proper noun is a specific thing. A specific person, place, thing, or idea. Okay? And usually it's capitalized, of course. Then we have a common noun. And a common noun is a word used as the name of any object or collection of objects of the same class, as man, city, river, mountains. Now let me explain this. Man. Well, which man? We don't know. If we knew what man, it would be a proper noun. City. Which city? If we knew what city, it would be a specific city. River. If we knew what river, we don't know. It could be the Nile River. It could be the Mississippi River. We don't know. Mountains. It could be the Appalachians, the Sierra Nevada mountains. Right? We don't know. But this is just mountains. Who knows? It could be any mountains. So that's what a common noun is. It's anything that's, person, place, thing, but it's not necessarily a specific person, place, thing. All right? Then we have what we call a complex noun. All right? And what's a complex noun? A noun is called complex when it is formed of 2 or more words, not united together. Okay? I'll give you an example. Dead Sea. Well, Dead Sea. 2 different words that are not united, but they mean one thing. Chief Justice Marshall. Right? One of our first Chief Justice. And here we go. Duke of Wellington. Oh. I think he's the guy that beat Napoleon. Duke of Wellington. My history is correct. He's the guy that beat Napoleon. Okay, so we have Dead Sea, Chief Justice Marshal. Yeah, it's a noun. Duke of Wellington, that's a guy. And Dead Sea is a sea in the Middle East, in Palestine, present-day Israel. So it's a specific place. But, you know, it's the Dead Sea. So it's two words. And then Chief Justice Marshal, again, is a guy, and so is Duke of Wellington. So it's a complex noun. It's more than one word to name that noun. Then we have a compound noun. Now, a compound noun is a little different. See, most people don't know anything about this. A compound noun is a noun formed of two or more words, like a complex noun, but they're united. All right, so it's naming one thing. Whereas the complex noun names one thing, but it's two words separated. Two or more words separated. So here's an example. Statesman. Statesman, which is a glorified politician. So a statesman. Landlord, that you know. It's a specific person. Well, it's not a specific person, but it is a person. It is a noun. You know, it's like Landlord Jones. That would be a specific guy. But I'm talking about just a basic landlord, but it's two words to represent one thing. State, and then man, two words to represent one thing. Man of war. Ooh, isn't that a jellyfish? Man of war. Okay. What else? All right, that's a compound now. Now we'll do a few more, and we'll call it a day here. Collective noun. A collective noun is a word used as the name of a collection of beings or of things, regarded as a unit, like a family, which is the most important thing in any society. Have to have strong families, a herd, and a class. A class is made up of a whole bunch of pupils. A herd is made up of a whole bunch of animals. And a family is made up of a whole bunch of people. Besides the mom, the dad, and the kiddies, there's aunts, uncles, cousins, etc., etc. All right, that's a collective noun. Here's an interesting one. Verbal noun. That's an interesting one. You might know that if you study Latin. A verbal noun, I don't want to get into that, is a form of the verb which is used as the name of an action. The name of an action. Or of a state of being. It always ends with ing. A verbal noun always ends with ing. And of course, it's always called a participial noun. Participial noun. I'll write that down. Participial noun is a verbal noun. And in Latin, it's called a participle. But I don't want to go there right now. Here's some examples. Because then I have to teach you participles, which I could. Reading, writing, sleeping, eating, studying. All right, these are all participial nouns. They end in ing, and they're verbal nouns, and they show this action. All right? Okay. You're going to be so smart when you're done with this video. Now we have another thing called an abstract nouns. Abstract noun. And an abstract noun is a word used as the name of a quality belonging to an object. A quality belonging to an object, like redness, if you get hit or you have poison ivy, heat, wisdom. This quality is always considered apart from the object which possesses it. So there could be redness on the skin, there could be heat on the the desert, wisdom in the man, Epictetus or something, Marcus Aurelius. So they would possess that, but the wisdom, the redness, the heat is separate, so it is a noun technically, okay? And it's describing a quality belonging to an object. So that's why it's an abstract noun. Okay, another one here is, this is one probably you never heard. Diminutive noun. This is kind of old school, but I love old school. Diminutive noun is a derivative word used as the name of an object which is smaller than that denoted by the primitive word, such as, oh, this is interesting. Oh, that's cute, actually. Not a lot of people talk about this. Here's an example, right? If we have flower, and we have flowerette, right? Flower, flowerette. Or a hill, hillcock. Right? So a flower, but then a little flower is a flowerette. And then we have a hill, and a little hill is a hillcock. Well, that's cute. That's a cute noun. I like that. All right? Now, of course, I don't even think I have to tell you, but I'm going to say it anyway. But a noun has different properties. And a property in grammar is the quality belonging to any part of speech. So nouns have, number, person, gender, and case, right? It's the same in Latin. So, meaning a noun could be plural or singular. Okay, that's important. A noun can be feminine or masculine, boy, girl. And person is usually he, she, or it. And the case is, well, where it, what its function is in the sentence. So wherever it is. Okay? So, I don't know if I'm going to get into that completely, but we can talk about that in another video. But let me just say quickly, a person is that property of a noun which distinguishes the speaker or writer, the person or thing addressed, and the person or thing mentioned. Nouns have three persons, first, second, and third. Of course, first person is I, second person is you, and third person is he, she, or it. And then gender, I told you, is, male, female, neuter, actually, too. Because you could have a boy, girl, then you could have, a table, a chair, and that's neuter. It doesn't have a gender. And then, of course, we have the declension of nouns, which, of course, has to do with the cases. But case is that property of a noun which distinguishes their relations in other words. So we can do that later. We can do the properties of nouns. But right now, I just wanted to show you the different kinds of nouns. So take that into consideration. Try to memorize them. And, you improve your knowledge, all right, as an educated person. I'm out.